Haven't went live in a while. They got the orientation on this screen really odd, yo. Really odd. That's my first time seeing them do that. Like, not a fan of that. Oh boy, I haven't been live in a minute. Okay, I'll keep that tab open. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know why I did my camera like this, yo. So what's this here? Uh, can't change that. Okay, that's fine. Mm. But we got so many oil perfumery fragrances in here. It's ridiculous, y'all. I'm gonna double check and make sure it's like actually live on my end. Turn my phone down. Cause sometimes I'll go live and it won't actually be okay. It's showing it. Never mind. It's showing it. So the orientation on here is correct. It's just I don't know why they flipped it on the screen. Slide this over here. I'll probably review those tomorrow sometime. I should have got me something to drink. I'm gonna be thirsty up here, salty. Mm. Bro, I got so many of these oil perfumery fragrances. So many of them. I have at least, I'd say a smooth 50. I'd say like a smooth 50. What's up, Sean Johnson? Congratulations on hitting 2K. Yo, I was hyped when we hit that. Finally hit 2K. And it was crazy, man, because it seemed like, I'd say within the past year, I said like last year, we were sitting at around like 500 subs, and it seemed like it was moving so slow. When I first got into the fragrance community, we was at 200 subs, and just getting 10 subs, like 10 new subscribers, it seemed like it was so hard, it was so tedious. And then more and more YouTube like kept working in our favor, and it panned out, man. And we've been slowly growing, building an organic audience. So I've been hyped, man. He said, "Yeah, I remember, man." And we were fortunate too, man. Like a lot of the companies that we worked with early on, I've been able to work with them when we were at 500 subs. You know, and companies were taking a chance on us, and whenever we got a product, we just kept our word, made sure we did our reviews on it, and we just kept moving forward from there. But man, how you been doing, man? How's everything going on your end? I know on our side we dealing with some snow and everything right now. How's everything looking on your side? What fragrance you rocking today? I got on multiple fragrances right now. I got on Azaro, the most wanted. Well, this is from House of Matte Oils. I don't know if it's showing up like that on here. Let me see. I hate when my camera doesn't focus. I gotta pull up my other cam. But yeah, Azaro, the most wanted. For some reason, on my end, it flipped my camera, and I hate the orientation. But it's all good. He said, "Yeah, we just got hit with the snow." Okay. Well, hopefully y'all safe over there. Doing pretty good. We got hit with it. I don't know if it's still coming down or not out there. I had to go out there earlier and make a few moves and kind of run a few errands, but the streets wasn't too bad. I know we're still supposed to get some more, supposed to come down like another 6 inches. So hopefully everything and everybody will be all right. What fragrance you rocking today? Like I said, I got on this bad boy. Almost dropped that bad boy. That's from House of Matt Oil. My boy Matt over at House of Matt Oils. That boy be doing his thing. So how are the kids? They doing good. They in there with their mom right now. And our wifey, they getting ready to go to sleep, or they supposed to be going to sleep. You can hear them now. J Rock Beats, what's going on, bro? How's everything? Is the most wanted much different from Wanted by Night? I haven't tried Wanted by Night. I skipped Wanted. I skipped Wanted by Night. And I think it was another one, and I went for this one. And this one ain't too bad. Like when I put this on, when I looked up, it's like three notes. I want to say cardamom. Is it toffee or toffee? I never knew how to pronounce it, but I want to say toffee, um, cardamom, and amberwood. I don't know, man. When I smell it, or at least to my nose, it smells like two fragrances in one. It smells like Invictus mixed with like Gucci Guilty. That's for some reason that's the vibe that I get. When it dry down, it becomes a little bit more woody. That sweetness becomes a little bit more like resinous and like light smoky. Um, and the cardamom comes up a little bit more. But like right out the gate, it's like that caramel kind of vibe comes up a little bit more. But at first, when I first spray it, it gives me like Invictus and like Gucci Guilty mixed together kind of vibes. I don't know why. Don't let that deter you because that's it. Don't stay. It's just like in the beginning. But I like it. It's smooth. My boy House of Matt Oils, he got these for $16 for 30 ml. That's not bad. Is it a good winter scent? Yeah. To me, this is it ain't the strongest winter scent, but it's one of those scents where you in the weather, you outside, that wind hits you right, it's gonna get somebody's nose. Uh Fluky says she's wearing Montal chocolate greedy is so good, yo. It's like this it's like this really sweet, decadent, but almost tangy chocolate. It's so good. It tastes like there's a citrus mixed in there as well, but I haven't looked at the notes to check and see. The chocolate greedy is really good. I want to see if somebody is able to take that and pair it with another fragrance and see if we can make some special. You have to put me on to a lot of fragrance. Hey, you put me on to a lot of fragrance. Yo, listen, I'm always trying to. I got a video that I'm uploading now that's gonna be. It should be hitting my channel probably while this is going live. But I'm always talking about having fun with your fragrances. Behind me, on my case here, you see sensual obsessions right here. These are personal atomizers that I've made, genre parfums. This is Dapper fragrances. These are some regular wholesale body oils that I picked up. Alt fragrances. I'm always big on buying fragrances. Um, of course, saving money, but I'm always big on like trying it this way before you buy it and you don't like the DNA, and then you got a fragrance that you don't even really wear or you're trying to sell. Also, I'm not big on buying something that's super expensive and it doesn't perform or it doesn't really smell all that great. What a lot of these inspiration houses have been doing for me is wherever these bigger companies lack, whether it's the pricing, whether it's the performance, they're able to help me and hook me up and get me together for a great price. So that's where I've been at. And I'm able to have fun. I'm able to mix and layer some stuff. I'm able to pour this and try that. And you just can't do that when you done spent $300-400 on the fragrance. You're just not in the spot to do that. It's just not happening. My fault, I got behind on the chat. He said a dry down is. She said a dry down is amazing. Chocolate Greedy is beautiful. I love that scent. It warmed up a little where I'm at, so I threw on Sadly today. Okay, for sure. She said Rose's Vanille, mix it with Rose Vanille is pretty good. Oh man, that sounds like that'll be dope. Oh wow. Oh my bad. I mixed Rose's Vanille with Cocoa Choco Musk. Okay, that sounds good. I like now Rose's Vanille. Is that Mancera? I want to say that's Mancera. But I know that Mancera and Montal, it's like that. Isn't it like the basically like the same company, low key? Or am I tripping? So you smell crispy from here. Keep it up. What's up, Bendo? Appreciate you coming over, hanging out with us. We just over here chilling, talking fragrances. So, like I said, man, I've been rocking with this right here. Uh, House of Matte Oil. I like his stuff, man. He got some good stuff. He sent me these recently, and these are like I want to say like a perfume serum. Let me get my camera together here. Work with me now. Work with me. These are like perfume serum oils, I think, because he got them in this special dropper, and I don't know if he just changed the bottle type or if it's actually a difference in like the concentration or not. But it got a pretty cool little dropper here. This is Oud for Greatness. This stuff is just as strong as you would expect it to be. Got the nice little logo there. Not too bad. I don't know. Yeah, I want to say this is kind of thicker, like it's actually a serum or something like that. You say, yeah, they are. Okay, cool. They are the same person who created Mancera and Montal. Coco Musk and 1 million is good too, for sure. 1 million, oh, I got this in the mail, and I want to say, hold on, let me get my camera together. I got this in the mail, and I want to say, has anybody tried this? I want to say that this is supposed to be 1 million, but the thing is, I never ordered this. I don't know where this came from. I don't know who sent this, and why this arrived in my house. Uh, I did some test sprays on like cloth and like paper or something like that. Um, I tried it, finally tried it on a small portion of the skin just to see, would I have a reaction or anything like that. I don't know where this came from, bro. But it was a few giveaways I signed up for, maybe, but I don't know where this came from. But I want to say this is 1 million. But I don't think I've smelled 1 million enough to recognize. But I mean, it looks like it. Never heard of that. Never heard of it, fam. Yeah, like I never heard of it either. I honestly don't know. It wasn't. He said it was a gift. More than likely. And then there was a few like giveaways that I was signing up for. That may be from Uber Greatness is so good. Yeah, it is. It's such a strong, like powerful and just lasting scent. The strength on that thing is just unreal. And then it's a lot of people who clone that, and they make some really good clones as well. But set this back over here and check this out. So a friend of mine, he makes fragrances. My boy Michael Dinsmore over at Making Sense. He comes here all the time, always like dropping money on the channel and stuff like that. And he'll every once in a while he'll send me some new releases. I'm always calling him, bugging him, asking him for hybrids, and so I'm buying up stuff, and he'll shoot something my way. I bought something recently, and this is what he sent. Of course, my name is King Nappy or Mike, whatever you want to call it, and he sent me this thing called Nappy Elf, and so this thing just sits up here on the shelf, and he just watches me do my videos. But I'm like, what is this, yo? I thought that was super cool. It just sits up there and just kind of keeps watch, keep going. Have you tried Oud for Happiness? I haven't tried that. Oud for Greatness close to Baccarat Rouge. No, Baccarat Rouge is like a smoldering sweet, slightly resinous. It got like a citrus vibe in it as well, but it doesn't list a citrus on the official note listing. But anybody who clones Baccarat Rouge, you will notice that they'll use mandarin or they'll use an orange, sometimes even like a lemon or something like that. They'll use some form of citrus in theirs, but it's typically like jasmine, saffron. Um, you'll see it was jasmine, saffron, amber wood, if I'm not mistaken. Um, there's something else in that, but I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, no, but I will love Ooh for Greatness. Yeah, Ooh for Greatness, I've tried, but Ooh for Happiness, I haven't got my hands on that one yet. Ooh for Happiness, that title was just corny, but I'm willing to check it out though. I heard that Lattafa makes a really good variation of Ooh for Greatness. So let's take a look at some of these oil perfumery pieces that I have here. Oh, look at this one. One of my favorite scents too. This is from Killian, Intoxicated. I love this scent, yo. Love it. I think this scent, in my opinion, layers extremely well with so many other fragrances. So I haven't tried either one of them, but I'm on them soon. I actually like Greenwich Village more than Baccarat Rouge. Greenwich Village, it definitely does give you like that little slight sweetness sort of vibe that you get. It's what does it remind me of though? Greenwich Village. It's something in it. It's something juicy in it that I like, and it kind of remind me of something peach or it's something fruity and juicy. I want to say it's lychee, if that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, I like Greenwich Village. And then Alt Fragrance has a version of that as well, called Gables or something like that. Gables, and it's not too bad. Said Intoxicated is so dope. This stuff smells so good. This is like all spices, but it has this ability to smell like really airy, refreshing, kind of uplifting. Coffee, cardamom, cinnamon, and nutmeg is the notes for this. Those are the four listed notes. It has this ability to almost smell like it got a little bit of a chocolate vibe in it as well. It's just a good fragrance. So I ended up mixing this with Winter Palace by Memo. And that particular fragrance has a really good ability to depict that ice, like that icy kind of a vibe with all those citruses. I think there's mate, if that's how you pronounce it, in there. Citruses is red tea. I think ambrette is in there if I'm not mistaken. Um, it's a nice amount of citrus. I know they had like lemon, grapefruit, bergamot. It had a decent amount of citruses lined up in it, and then they cut all of that with that red tea, and it just for some reason it was able to depict that ice, like to give you like a nice ice sort of a vibe. I thought that was dope that they was able to do that. Um, Said Bonham and Nine, Greenwich Village, yeah, that stuff is pretty good. And so I mixed those two, Intoxicated and Winter Palace Memo, and you get like just this beautiful scent. It's airy, it's refreshing, it's light, it's crisp. It got that icy kind of a vibe to it that's in Winter Palace. And my boy made it for me over at Making Sense, and it was he titled it Ice Hammer because of Intoxicated. He just nicknamed. I just told him to nickname it Hammered, and then he took the Ice Castle, which was the nickname for Winter Palace, and just called it Ice Hammer. And man, it worked. It's a beautiful scent. Edward Smart, what's going on, brother? I love gourmands and Orientals. I love gourmands as well. Um, what was the recent gourmand that I ended up getting? Oh, from Authenticity Perfumes. They had just released a fragrance called Coffee Lush. This fragrance is $35 after the coupon, $40 on its own, free shipping. The notes on that one, if I remember, is chocolate, caramelized vanilla, Arabica coffee, cinnamon, nutmeg. I want to say cardamom is there, and I feel like I'm forgetting something. Butter. They actually had a butter accord in the fragrance, and it works. And when I'm talking about, oh, and tobacco leaf, it just works. Completely works. That butter was able to hold all those different notes together and create like this really warm roasted caramel kind of vibe. It was really savory, sweet, kind of salty. The tobacco leaf comes in and adds like just a slight spice. Man, dude, it is amazing. And Michael, you be putting some fire combos together. Listen, I'm all for it. I'm all just for having fun with your fragrances. So let me talk to y'all a little about something. So I've been noticing that there are some people who've been getting sort of burned out and leaving the fragrance community. Creamy lactonic fragrances are as well so good. Absolutely, lactonic. Who did that? Was that Black Phantom that did that? Lactonic. Black Phantom. It was either Black Phantom, Coffee Break, or Italica or Italica. But I know somebody had like a lactonic note in one of their fragrances, and I want to say it was one of them three. I don't think it was Black Phantom, so it probably was Coffee Break or Italica or Italica. I keep saying Italica. Um, People were leaving the fragrance community because they were getting burned out on fragrances. They would start their journey, buy a ton of cheapies, a ton of affordable fragrances, and then they would elevate and start messing around with niche, and then they would start to look down on those affordable fragrances because they just wasn't doing anything for them anymore, and that's a dangerous place to be. I've always stressed, have fun with your fragrances, try something new, try something different. I got a video that should be uploading pretty soon. It should be ready. Yep, it just uploaded 15 minutes ago. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus. Uploaded 15 minutes ago. Have fun with your fragrances. This video right here. And on that video, I'm talking about the same thing I'm talking about now. Uh, Trying something different uh, to help you in your fragrance collection, to help you appreciate what you already have, to enjoy what you have. There's so many things and so many variables that happen in the fragrance community where we buy a fragrance, it's in the mail, it gets here, we get it, we're excited, we spray it, try it on, we put it down, and then next thing you know, we didn't grab our mouse and we're back on the computer ordering another. And we almost dang near forgot about the one we just ordered. What happens in those situations is you got some kind of issues going on in your life. You got some kind of something that you're dealing with. And I see it all the time. I see it mainly with people with large bank accounts. They be on here doing hauls, buying $300-400 fragrances, and they're getting them by the eight, by the nines, by the tens, and they're doing all type of haul videos. Their collection is crazy. But the reason that that's happening, not because they're really just enjoying fragrances, is because these people be dealing with stuff, man. If you got some kind of void in your life, you can't try to spray your way out of it. Nothing wrong with having a huge collection. And if you got the bank for it, man, ball out. But don't do it out of a hurt place. Don't do it out of a neglected place. I was trying to do that when I first started. Luckily for me, my fragrances that I like don't cost a lot. So it wasn't killing me, but I was noticing a big box, 8, 9 fragrances, and I'm like, halfway checking them out. Oh, this one got a little bit of vanilla, it's whatever. I'm on to the next fragrance. and then I got my mouse, and I'm back on the computer, and I'm looking for a new one. And so that's a spot that you don't want to find yourself in. And a lot of people find themselves there, and it's cool when the money is there. But I think real life starts to hit some people, and they realize like I ain't gonna be able to keep up. One of the ways that a lot of people keep up is a new fragrance was released, they instantly grab that new fragrance, no matter what it is. If it's a new fragrance, I have to get, especially if it's mainstream, I have to get it. And that's expensive. That becomes expensive. Your life isn't going to always pan out the way it needs to for you to be able to purchase fragrances no matter what the cost is. That gets old, that gets expensive. And that's why I say, oh, just have fun with your fragrances. Buy some oil fragrances every once in a while. You know what I mean? Get some of these. I can take this right here, pour this into a bottle, mix in some 190 or some 200 proof perfumers, and mix that up. And I got me a nice atomizable spray. And it lasts, it projects, it does just as well. I'm able to mix that with something else and create something truly unique. I'm able to enjoy my fragrances. And I'm always encouraging, sorry if you hear my daughters, I'm always encouraging everybody else to do the same. And it seems like a lot of people really don't want to, I guess, because of how much the stuff costs. And yeah, it just you gotta enjoy your collection. My God, what is going on in that girl? Listen, they've been fussing today. My wife got them in there. She in there chilling with them, but when it's time to go to bed, they be ready to fuss. Um, so I've been rocking with all perfumery. I've been rocking with House of Matte Oil. I've been rocking with African imports. I don't really buy with them as much anymore because it seems like their quality, in my opinion, sometimes be hit and miss. It'd be some stuff that be good, and it'd be some stuff that I be really wanting them to nail, and they'll miss it. They'll kind of miss the mark on it. So I'm off and on with them. Smell Too Good fragrance is a really good one, and a recent one that I just got into, Visionette body oils. Really good quality. Just blew me away how strong and potent, how diverse their selection is. Excellent, excellent stuff. But with me dealing with those, I'm able to experiment. Then there's other houses that make fragrances, making sense. Sensual Obsessions is a favorite of mine. Favorite. I'm able to contact them and be like, yo, can you piece these two together? Here, do it at these ratios, and they'll accommodate. They'll let me know, they'll make a small amount and they'll smell it and they'll let me know, like, yo, this ain't it. Just scratch this. And then sometimes they'll hit me up and be like, yo, this is fire. You know, um, that was a tri hybrid that Sensual Obsessions had. And it was so wild, but it's like there are a lot of companies that are simply just afraid to try it, afraid to do it. And this dude just did it. He combined three fragrances: Creed Aventus, Creed Virgin Island Water, and Baccarat Rouge 540. And when I tell you that the scent is subs, that fragrance subs, yo. It is beautiful. It was smoldery, smoky. It was sweet. It had this aquatic vibe without it being blue. It had a lot of sweetness there. That was tart, a tart vibe. Um, yeah, just get you something. Get you a 190 or a 200. You'll be fine. Um, it's like I said, it was sweet. It was smoky. That pineapple. It was musky. It has a nice little floral component to it. It had that creamy vanilla. It was so much happening. This fragrance was doing so many things at once, but everything that it was doing it correctly, and it was wild, yo. Like, yes, to make your own perfume. Yep. So, uh, this is what I use here. And I'll take my fragrance oil. I'll take, let's see here. I'll get some of these. I order these off Amazon, like little atomizer bottles here. Take that off, and then I'll add my oil, add my alcohol, and I can go ahead and make a spray. So let's see. I could probably make one now since we're sitting here. This one here is YSL Blue Electric. So hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And I don't know how many mLs this is, but I want to say this is probably like 3. This bottle here should be roughly around 8 or 10. So I can that's a decent ratio. I really don't need this whole thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the whole thing in there. Let's see. So we'll take this. Yeah, House of Matt, they got some dope stuff. So this is almost 50. I say this is a clean 35, 40% of this bottle here. I try to keep it between, I say 20% and like maybe 25, 30. I try not to go above that, but I don't feel like trying to keep anything in here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just use the rest of that. So instead of me trying to pour out of this, I'll pour it in here and I'll use this. It makes it much easier and easy cleanup, and I ain't gotta make a huge mess. Make sure I don't waste nothing. There we go. Yeah, it's EDP strength, but it's not. Yeah, it's EDP strength. Yep. All righty. So we'll set that to the side. I'm gonna straighten up my cam here. So I got my pour bottle here, so that helps me out quite a bit. And I can just pour this in here without making a mess because it is a small bottle, and there may not be funnels available in that like small size in my area. So doing it this way helps out. Replace it with the cap. Like I said, all you need is a 190 or a 200 perfumers, and you'll be good to go. And as you can see, it mixes pretty well. There's no bubbles or anything like that. There's no cloudiness. That particular strength can handle all of that oil and bond to it pretty well. I just wanted to show you, just I ain't even really shook it yet. Just turn it upside down a few times and it's pretty much bonded. You can see through it, it's clear. See my hand through it, no cloudiness. Check this off, make sure it's nice and tight on there. And straighten my camera back up. Hold on. And we're gonna give this a few percussions, give it a few hits to go ahead and mix it up. And also what I do, have my labeler so I can keep everything organized. So I'm gonna type up the title for that. What was that? Blue Electric or Electric Blue? Blue Electric, okay. All right, this keyboard on this label maker is just the worst. Because I'll be trying to figure out where the letters are at. They got them all jumbled around. They spell electric a little fancy on here. All right. So that's printing out here. This Perfumer's pure. It might be. I just know that the proof on Perfumers is like 200. So it's going to cut, and make anything, just about any oil that hits it, it's going to be extremely solvent. Put my label on here so that way I don't mix this up because I got tons of bottles like these that I was just lazy and didn't want to label them, and I paid the price. So there you go. I was able to turn that oil into a spray, and let's check out the spray. See how the spray looks. So this is the bottle. Pick these up on Amazon. I want to say these were 15, maybe $18. Pick out a great amount of juice, yo. Oh, and that smell bomb. Oh, that smells bomb. Ooh, hold on. That is atomizer bomb, yo. I like that, man. It's musky. It's kind of got this slight aquatic vibe. It smells like there's tobacco in here, like a tobacco or a cardamom or something like that. That's bomb. Now I gotta go to the ABC store tomorrow. Yeah, man. Like, I love that. But with me doing this, I'm able to have fun with my fragrances. I'm able to create something that's fun, that's unique, that's my own. I'm able to play around with the strength. If I wanted to, I could have combined this. I could have put a few drops of this Oud for Greatness in with this YSL Blue Electric and created something truly unique, truly special. Um, I love that, and to me, that's going to keep you interested in what you're doing, going to make it fun. Uh, I see a lot of not perfume reviewers or fragrance reviewers, sometimes kind of run out of content. You start going down the timelines and you're seeing top 10 fragrances for when you're in the bathroom, top 10 fragrances for when you're in the living room, top 10 fragrances for when you're in the kitchen. And it's just, you can see that the wheels are spinning and people are just running out of content. And you don't have that don't have to happen. You know what I mean? We just dropped the video. No, we ain't dropped it yet. It's dropping next Sunday. We got a video coming. It's in our playlist called FCN Fragrance Community Network. And what happened on with that playlist is we're doing videos and adding kind of like a vintage feel to it as much as I can. I need to get more clothes and more wardrobe together and stuff like that. And I want to like get some decoration for the room so that I can mix up some stuff and get some stuff going so far as like getting that vibe. So I want to go for like a 1950s/60s kind of vibe. So I do like the black and white television set. I do like the old, that old style music, and I try to speak in that same cadence that a lot of those guys, television personalities will speak in. Um, do like the laugh track. I have the audience applauding as the show starts, and I just try to do something, just a different approach. It may be the same thing, doing a fragrance review or unboxing or first impressions, but it's just taking a fresher approach and just having fun. And I think that's something that I don't really see a whole lot. I see people mainly just like kind of just showcasing how much they spent. Like, oh, this is the new Zerja, this is the brand new this is the brand new that, and doing the top tens because those for some odd reason catch a lot of people's attention. And it's just I just try to avoid that. I do some top tens, man, like every blue moon. I may do one for like the winter and maybe one for the fall. But I try to stay away from the top 10, top sevens, because I see it's just done too much. They rock says I have Zerjoff, Talica, Adicio Musk Therapy in oil form, and I want to mix them using this method. That'll be good. Musk Therapy isn't really loud. It's one of those dense but light fragrances, and it kind of reminds me of Egyptian musk. Not so far as like the DNA, but just how Egyptian musk performs. Egyptian musk is one of those scents where it's light, but it has this ability to be dense to where it's a thick scent cloud. It's not cloying in any way. You can put a ton of Egyptian musk on, the right ones. They got like a lot of the newer ones that they kind of mixing around, and you you get the right Egyptian musk. You can put a decent amount of that on, and it's not the scent bubble won't grow. The scent bubble will be the same, but it'll just be dense. It'll just be a really dense scent bubble. So you will leave a really bona fide scent trail. That's spot on right there. That Egyptian mud comparison. Yeah, it that's what it reminds me of. Um, so you mixing that with Italica, that sweetness, that really high pitched caramel sweetness, almost milky sort of vibe that it has. Um, the Italica is probably going to take that front seat of what you'll get the most of. You get like that slight, it's like a really slight tinge with the musk on musk therapy. That's going to come in with that. That's going to be good. That'll be a really good one. I think that'll be good. Just add in some nice milky sweetness to that musk therapy. That's going to be good. I like your vids and content. You have different stuff. Thank you. And we have a ton of content. We have a ton of content. We've had vegan related content in the beginning. Hair related content. We had we got movie reviews. I just dropped a movie review. We got segments that we call "What's That About," and I'll do. It's kind of like a movie review, but it's a little more lighthearted, a little more chill, relaxed, and I just kind of poke fun at certain things that I notice maybe in the plot, maybe certain scenes, something I see in the background, or certain things that just don't make sense. I'll point it out. The most recent one that I did was Matilda. Movie came out in 1996, childhood movie. A lot of kids liked it. It was a movie that I enjoyed, but I didn't watch it a lot. But I do remember it watching it in school. And so I watched it again as an adult and just noticing things that you didn't notice as a kid. And so that's kind of where it started. And that's what we've been doing. We do movie reviews. Every once in a while, I do a game review, but I'm just not dedicated enough as a gamer to really like go over new games because I just don't play like that. Um, you might want to try that too, bro. With the Egyptian musk and musk therapy, I might try it out. I got my boys. They got some Egyptian musk, not Egyptian musk. I got some of that. They got some musk therapy, so I could probably try that out pretty soon. What would you name it if I could make a hybrid out of that? What would you name that? So you said Italica, mm, Italian therapy, Italian musk, uh, musk milk, milk musk. I don't know. That's good. You change it up. Oh yeah, man. We try to switch it up a little bit. Keep it somewhat interesting. Because I mean, for the most part, it's just me, on this channel. I mean, wanted my wife to come on the channel and do her own little segments and stuff like that, but she's not really, camera friendly like that. So I understand that. I got my twin daughters, but I didn't want to go that route and like be trying to exploit the kids. So I never really bring them on camera like that. I know a lot of people that they'll have kids and like kids get views. You bring some cute babies on screen, that's gonna get you views. And I just really didn't want to go that route. I just felt like that was just a cheap shot. The Italica musk therapy, Egyptian musk. Oh wow, don't even need a mix. It's a boss by itself. For real, yeah. Egyptian musk is just classic. And then if you get the right one, it's thick. Like how I'm picking this up and I'm able to like move this back and forth and it, like that. I got Egyptian musk down here somewhere, and when you turn it upside down, it barely moves. And when it finally does move, the bubble in there is moving so slow because of the thickness. Um, it's not necessarily a fragrance that's going to project like that, and it doesn't need to. But the Central is phenomenal. I had lady in Walmart like literally trying to track me down because of the Central that Egyptian Musk left. Back then, I was still kind of new to fragrance oil, so I had a container about this big, maybe that wide of Egyptian musk, and it was the classics, Egyptian musk. They said no, keep your kids private. There are a lot of predator and crazy people out. Exactly. And I had that big Egyptian musk, so I used to like pour some in my hand, had like a little puddle of oil in my hand, rub it, and I would just put it all over, all everywhere. Then I would go ahead and put my clothes on or whatever. So I would be like covered in it. And so that was how I wore oil back then. Now I'm way different. I don't wear it like that. Uh, I'll hit it here, here, bend of the elbows, the neck, the base. I'll put like a little bit on the chest. But like so far as me having like a huge like puddle and just slathering it on, no, I don't do that anymore. Or I'm like making a spray because honestly I like opening up a fragrance. Like that Blue Electric to me that wasn't as open as it is now. Like that alcohol opened it up a little bit more. Man, that smell good, yo. Let me see if I can try to. Somebody pull up the notes for Blue Electric. Don't type them up. Just pull them up if you got your phone or something like that. Pull it up. I'm gonna try and guess some of these notes. Now, what I feel like I'm picking up is like a tobacco. Look at. Let me see. I want to say I'm catching a tobacco or a cardamom. I'll say there's some musk in there, bergamot. I want to say there's a citrus, either a lemon or like a orange mandarin. Jasmine. I can't catch a whole lot else. I feel like I'm. Where's my coffee at? There we go. My coffee bean. It'll help me kind of reset my nose a little bit. Hmm. Gotta have those. Hmm. Okay. There's something sweet here, but it's not coming off like a vanilla. But it is something here sweet. I can't quite catch what that is. So far we've said tobacco, possibly cardamom, some citrus, maybe a bergamot, jasmine. Just find you a 190 proof. You find you a 190 or a 200, you should be good to go. Um, I'm trying to see what is that sweetness that I'm getting. Is there a lavender in here? I don't get anything earthy, so I don't know if there's any patchouli in here. Um, I don't think it's vanilla, so I'm gonna say no, it's not vanilla. Or I'm getting the sweetness, but it's not fruity to where I'm getting the sweetness from that. Hmm. So far, that's all I can kind of pick up. And I feel like I'm spraying too much. Anybody got the notes pulled up where I can check and see how wrong I was for Blue Electric by Yves Saint Laurent? Who got the notes? Who got the notes? Who got the notes? Yeah, see, I just smelled it too much. I can't even really pick up anything anymore. I be hating that, yo. Like I'll go in the mall and be go to like Macy's or Dillard's or something like that to try and smell some fragrances. Like I go through a few, and it's like I'll be missing it. So you was close: bergamot, lavender, and cardamom. Okay, not bad, not bad. Um, what else was in there? Well, I can look it up now. Let me see. I used to do that. I had this little thing that I was getting ready to start called Guess That Note. Guess those notes or what's that note? Something like that. Got ginger, geranium, cedar, and vetiver. Oh, okay. I didn't catch ginger. Okay. So where's that sweetness coming from that I was getting? It was probably coming from that lavender. Okay. I was catching the sweetness, but it wasn't coming off like fruity, but it wasn't coming off vanilla. So I couldn't quite pin where that sweetness was coming from. So it's coming from that lavender. For sure. Latafa frags are all amazing. I haven't got a chance to try any of theirs yet. I heard that Oud for Glory, is that what it's called? I heard that that one was like extremely comparable. And then like they was like so far as the bottle style, they bit on a bottle style hard. So I don't know if y'all remember a long time ago. Let me hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, right here. I don't know if y'all remember, man. Long time ago, y'all do y'all remember going into the mall and there would be a table or a booth set up, and there would be somebody there with like all these fragrances, and the fragrances will look like extremely. Hold on, what my camera doing? Extremely comparable to the real thing. So this bottle right here, it looks very, very comparable to the real thing, and just to the T. This bottle right here is the real thing. So you can see there are a lot of similarities, but there are some minor differences. Turn these around, and you can see the obvious differences. This is Dolce Gabbana light blue, the actual light blue, and this is not. This is D&G Pour Homme light blue. Um, that was a point in time where the clone or the inspiration companies they used to do this. Uh, my camera doing something weird. They used to do this. They used to try to make it look exactly like the bottle, the real bottle. They even would name it something similar. Like this one isn't Dolce Gabbana light blue, it's D&G Balm light blue. And it was corny. They put so much focus on the bottle and the title and the likeness, and they put very little effort in on the actual fragrance. So when you open this and smell this, it would smell horrible in comparison to the actual fragrance. So it made buying cheapies or clones or inspireds, it made that just like a big no-no. This one, fortunately, smells great, but it doesn't smell like the one for men. This smells like the one for women. But they got Pour Homme on here. And I loved it. I was like, oh, this smells good. It's warm. It kind of got this musky vibe going on. It actually lasts on my skin. $10, bought it at a pawn shop. But I already had this, so I just wanted to see how it compared. I bought this probably like 8 years ago. And yeah. One thing about Latafa, though, with their Ooh for Glory, they bit on the bottle, but they actually put a lot more work into the actual fragrance. And that was one of the landscapes in the fragrance community that I noticed was way different from back in the day. Back in the day, you weren't buying no clones and no inspireds and doing reviews on them on YouTube and telling people about it and posting it on Instagram. It was a point in time where that was never happening. And the landscape in the fragrance community then changed so much, so drastically. Now, what companies started doing was they said, forget the bottle, forget the title, forget the likeness. Let's focus on the actual fragrance. This is a bottle from House of Matte Oil. I love that particular house. Super affordable, vast the selection, a great variety, and he's able to get those fragrances spot on, and he does it at a great price point. This looks nothing like Most Wanted, Azzaro's Most Wanted. This just looks like a generic bottle with the title, but the fragrance itself smells incredible, and the likeness is very much so there. And that's what's been happening in the fragrance community is people starting to realize like, oh, these companies are they actually coming with it so far as like likeness and quality. Armaf was one of the main ones that I was seeing everybody talk about when it came to Club de Nuit Intense and it giving Aventus a run for its money because it was able to perform the arguments and the heated debates that it would create on Facebook. You know, it was so many things that was working for that particular house in regards to that fragrance. Um, and it just changed the landscape of everything. Now I go on you now I go on YouTube and I see video after video talking about inspiration and clones and dupes and inspired brands. You got brands like Alexandria. You got brands like Sensual Obsessions, Parfums Vintage, um, B Layered. Well, no, not B Layered. I don't know if they do it. Alt Fragrance. That's another brand. You got all these brands that do the same thing. They cover a lot of these hard to afford fragrances and make them affordable. And it's just kind of funny how that landscape has changed over the years and how it's much different out here. Dua. I love Dua, and the reason that I love Dua is because of how they don't care. They do not care. They will take. I got a fragrance. I got maybe about 12 Duas, maybe. I got a fragrance from them that has, I want to say, five fragrances. It's either four or five fragrances in one fragrance. The name of it is called Judea's Legend 44 Shades. I want to say it's 22 shades or 44 shades of Judea's Legendary Fortune. So I want to say it's 22. 22 shades, which is Bergamot 22, of Legendary, of Judea's, which is Parfum de Molly Harrod, Legendary Fortune, which I want to say Fortune is Xerjoff Naxos, and I don't know what Legendary is, but I want to say maybe like Aquadigio or I don't know. I don't know what that last one is, but I want to say it was like four fragrances, and it was bomb. Performance on that bad boy is through the roof. The graphics that they use for their fragrances, dope. I love the fact that they associate those names and they'll keep that name association so that you can easily identify what fragrance it is no matter what they mix in. The only time that you may be confused is when they'll mix like an original blend or one of their own house blends with something. Like I've seen them mix like a chocolate blend of their own with a Ventus. And so it'll be like what's the name of it? Poseidon. So Poseidon is a Ventus. So it'll be like chocolate Poseidon or truffle Poseidon or something like that. But just being able to just they you can see in the brand and just how they do their marketing that they just having fun creating fragrances. And they make a lot of money because them fragrances are they run like $60 for one ounce. They be slapping. But the fragrances, they perform. And so people buy them. I bought 12 of them jokers. Wait for it to go on sale. I done picked up 12 of them jokers. But they got the right mindset. They don't care nothing about ethics. They don't care nothing about, oh, you gotta support the original creator. They don't care none about none of that. I don't care anything about any of that. I stopped caring about the original creators once I saw that the original creators stopped caring about us. Period. I've had conversations with people about buying clones and inspireds and why don't you buy the original? There's nothing like buying the original. And to a degree, with some houses, they're right. You know, there are some originals that I'll just buy it because it doesn't make sense for me to try to get an inspiration. But what changed for me is when I started to notice the integrity that these established brands don't show. They don't have. So, for instance, let's say I'm a fragrance company, and this is one of my fragrances, and I've mass produced, let's say 100,000 units of these. Let's say it cost me, I'll say $20,000 to produce and make and manufacture that 100,000 units. Cost me 20 grand total. That's my gross expense for developing that 100,000 units of this product. The at cost for this could be anywhere from $1 to $20,000. Like that's my gross my gross expense. So you end up dividing that by however much. So let me see here. I'll get my calculator out because I'm terrible with math. But I got 100,000 units, and I divide that by my actual gross cost, 20,000. So at cost, in this hypothetical situation, this is $5 to produce. I sell this for, let's say, 60. $60 I can sell this for, $55 profit. At cost is covered. Now, you got fragrances like Creed Aventus. That is, you bought Coffee Lush today. I bet you love it. I bet you love it. That's a dope fragrance. So you got Creed Aventus that is priced anywhere between $450 if you are going to the actual website. Now, if you're buying it from your cousin, them, it could be whatever. But if you're going to Creed Boutique and you're purchasing their fragrances, it's going to cost you anywhere from $450 to, I want to say, $1,200, depending on what size you get. What do you think their at cost is to produce their bottle of Aventus? And that's where the issue is. Their at cost to produce that bottle of fragrance is nowhere near what they charge and what they expect you to pay. I wouldn't have a problem with paying that if the fragrance performed, if it wasn't reformulated every week, if the company would practice some sort of integrity, and if you could kind of give some insight as to why this is so expensive. You can't use the excuse of we use naturals because we know that everybody is using a combination of naturals as well as synthetics. No one's using just all naturals except a lot of the indie brands, smaller brands that you can actually reach out to somebody and talk to them. Those guys are the ones who are using all naturals. But everybody, especially these bigger houses, mainstream houses, they're using synthetics. That's just point blank period. That's where the reformulations come from. They realize, you know what, doing it this way is expensive. Let's find something a little less quality, a little more synthetic, a lot more cost effective, and see if we can produce the same fragrance at the same price point. We fragrance reviewers catch on to that discrepancy in quality and that usage and that we catch on to that, but the price never changed. Hell, in some cases, it felt like it goes up. And that's the problem that I have. I no longer care about the original creators. And I'm an artist. As you can see behind me, I got paintings. These are paintings that I've done. I got paintings. So I understand the concept of I'm the original artist and these are my works of art. And I want you to support my works of art. I don't want you buying copies and stuff like that. I understand that. Sorry. I understand that all day long. But all of that goes out of the window once I start trying to get over on you with these. No one cares about support the artist if I'm charging you outrageous prices and I don't care about my customers. And I'm lying and I'm you say how much is this painting and I tell you 16 grand. And I'm pricing it just off this abstract bull crap and I'm not really giving you real prices. We get creative efforts and time, labor, overhead costs and bills and all that. I get all of that. But if I charge you 16 G's for this painting, I'm getting over on you. That's just point blank period. We all say artwork is subjective and all that, but that's me getting over. And you got a lot of fragrance communities, a lot of fragrance companies that's doing that as well. Oh, my fault. I didn't even read the chat. He said, it hasn't came yet, but I can't wait. Oh yeah. Real oud is way too expensive. Yeah, it is. It is. And I want to say it's the process and how they produce it. I've seen, the process and how they produce it and the burning and like burning in the right conditions, having the right, sometimes like wind, having the right type of temperature, the right environment in order to burn it, to produce it the way that they do. Um, so I could get. And then you smell it and you see why, because it's unique smell. It's super saturated, it's super dense and loud and extremely long lasting when you get a hold to some real oud. Unfortunately, you get different types. You get the animalic ones, you get the smooth, boozy ones, you get the really dry, high pitched ones, you get the really resinous and tree sappy ones. Um, so you get all these different types, but at least when I smell it, I can tell like, okay, this hit heavy. And that's why a lot of Middle Eastern companies utilize like ouds because it's just they want something that's gonna hit. They don't want nothing fresh and all that. And then also just the availability of the ingredients and things that they can actually use in their environment to make their fragrances, and not having to source it from somewhere else. So you don't see them utilizing a lot of citruses and freshies and stuff like that, aquatic notes. It'd be mainly florals, woods, musk, animalics. Like that's what you see them sourcing that a lot. Try Arabian Oud Sir Kalaman, aka Kalaman Black. It's my favorite so far. Okay. So far I got Savoir Oud from Rihanna. I think that's the name of the brand. And I got Blue Oud from Nusu. That's the name. I think that's the name of the brand. It's on my shelf somewhere back here. And that Sabawa Oud it's really good. Just a nice, smooth, boozy, just balanced oud. Like I like a good oud to be balanced. I do like some that are a little raunchy and can be a little unbalanced sometimes, but at times. And if I get one, I'm mainly going to use it to try to layer with something else. Um, but yeah, I think I got a Middle Eastern fragrance here. This is Ajmal, and I want to say I don't know how to pronounce this one. Denatal Dunia, Denatal Denatal Dunia. I believe that's maybe how you pronounce that. I want to try those too. Yeah, those they're really good and they're not expensive. I want to say I paid maybe 30 or 40 for both of those all together. This one don't smell too bad. Kind of sweet. I get some vanilla in there, like a resinous wood. Frank Olivier has some good ones. Frank Olivier has some bomb fragrances. Now, on this bottom row here, All of this down here, if I can get my fingers together, this row right here goes all the way back, and the next row goes all the way back, and you can see some back here. But dang near that whole shelf down there is Frank Olivier. Frank Olivier, I love that house. Super affordable. I am gonna say cheap. I always try to say affordable. Super affordable. Super cost effective. Um, does a lot of inspirations. I don't remember many of his being originals. He may have some. I think Bamboo may be an original, if I'm not mistaken. He said Oud Touch, Sun Royal Oud, Oud Vanille, all bangers. Let me see. Sun Royal Oud. Uh, what's this one? Sun Java for Men. Those old. These right here. Let's see here. Oud Vanille. Bomb. Just the smoothest, man, the smoothest, booziest vanilla scent for this price at this performance level. Oh man, it got this nice spice, this smolder, it's smooth, it's boozy, creamy, excellent price point. Kind of got that burgundy sort of a vibe to it on the bottle. Classic. This monster right here, crazy. This is one of the first ones that I came in contact with. This is powerful. This is completely a wintertime fragrance. Spicy, you're going to get like raspberry, orange, caramel. You're going to get some vanilla, incense. I think there may be, I think there may be some saffron in there. You may get some rosewood possibly, because I don't think there's any agarwood in either one of these. So maybe like rosewood. Um, what else is in here? It's loaded, yo, and this stuff just performs. 14 hours minimum for me. That's what I usually get. What do you think of Happy Land Studios? I haven't tried any of Happy Land yet. I heard EJ making some good stuff, but I haven't tried any of his work yet, and I plan on checking him out and seeing what he has. You mentioned Sun Royal Oud. This is amazing. Just this nice, creamy, super sweet, super boozy. Ooh, this is just the bottle is just gorgeous, yo. Look at this beautiful bottle. It fades from like this black to like this cognac, reddish, orange, brown color at the bottom. It's just gorgeous, yo. Got the matte black sort of finish at the top, gold and black. Just a beautiful job, beautiful presentation on his bottles. I like this little indenture at the bottom here. And when you look at it right here, it kind of looks like a mountain almost. Kind of like a mountain almost. It's pretty cool. Three sexy frags, man. And this one here. Now this is Rose Oud, some royal Rose Oud. Now this one has like a lot of different fruits in it. You're going to get like peach. I want to say there's some citruses in here, but I remember peach being one of them. You're going to get like some really light, sweet florals. This one is really, for this to be a oud scent, is really light, sweet, airy. Uh, this is probably one of the easiest ouds that I found. Mm. Still got that booziness there. You get that citruses in there a little bit. Um, what was it? I want to say there's melon. I want to say it's peach. You may get some kind of a blossom in there somewhere because it's really fruity and floral, like a fruity floral oud. And man, it's good. I plan on buying Paisley Sky from Happy Land. I heard that one is really good too. Um, I heard that one is good. El Gudo, I think that's how you pronounce it. I heard that one is really good. Home for the Holidays was really good. From Glam Fine, she was telling me that that was a really really good fragrance that she really enjoyed from them. Um, so I definitely want to check out EJ. I might hit him up and see does he have like a sample set or anything like that I can check out for review purposes. But yeah, man, you just gotta have fun with your fragrances. Like I said, Frank Olivier is a very affordable house, very affordable. There's nothing that I've purchased from him that's been over $30. And I have easily probably about 8 or 9 fragrances from him. I reached out to him just for some review stuff, and he was just like, "Nah, bro." And I'm like, "Listen, I got so many of your fragrances, just like a few of them that I don't have. Do you have any Nasamoto from Oil Perfumery?" I think I do. Oh man, when I say I got so many, I have so many Oil Perfumery. It's ridiculous, y'all. I got some other stuff mixed in here, but just take a look. This is all Oil Perfumery. Like, that's ridiculous, yo. This is easily about 60, maybe 70 Oil Perfumery. Um, I think I got Black Afghano on here. I just gotta locate it. Black Sapphire right there. Florida Freak. That's a really good one. Tobacco Mandarin. Ooh, Sad Mood is extremely strong. That is one of the strongest fragrances ever. I'm starting to buy less designer and start exploring niche houses from affordable to more expensive. Oh yeah. And I want to say that Frank Olivier classifies as a niche. I think he was a designer at one point. Ooh, I got a vintage cologne. I didn't even know I had this one. Yay! Let me see. Hmm. Black Afghano, if I remember correctly, it's not necessarily here it is. I found you. I found you. I found you. Found you. I found you. Okay. So it's slightly animalic, tangy, it's dense. You got like this oud presence. It's really enjoyable. It's dense, it's heavy hitting, but it's not like annoying. It's not like cloying or anything like that. Nice color juice on this one too. Look at how deep that is, yo. Black Afghano by Nasamoto, if I'm pronouncing that right. There's something kind of tart in here as well. It's like a really like dense and slightly funky oud vibe. You probably got some vanilla in there, agarwood in there. There's something tart in here that I'm catching. It could possibly be some sort of a citrus, but I can't quite make it out. And then it's an oil, so it's going to sit a little close to the skin. It's not going to open up all the way. It's not harsh. It's actually like really smooth. Um, it's actually like really smooth, almost boozy, but not quite. It's just like this really dense sweetness in there as well, but not too sweet. It's just a little bit in there. I want to say I'm catching some patchouli, but it's not earthy that much to me. But maybe the oud is taking over. But I'm gonna gamble and say that there's patchouli in there. Can anybody pull up the notes? I'm gonna say that I'm catching agarwood. I'm gonna say that I'm catching something tart in here that's kind of cutting through that oud. So I'm gonna say like a citrus, maybe a lemon. There's some florals in there. Maybe is it a rose? Could be a rose. I'm gonna say rose. I'm gonna say agarwood. I'm gonna say there's a citrus. I'm gonna say that there's a patchouli, and mm, hmm, that's all I can pick up right now. And I said that oud is like, or whatever it is that's giving off that oud vibe is really strong. So it's kind of blocking me from catching anything else. But it's really nice though. It's not harsh. It's just dense and like it's dense and heavy hitting, but it's not harsh. I have a sample of Interlude Black Iris, and that fragrance is 10 out of 10. It's amazing. Interlude Black Iris. Is that Amouage? Amouage is you gotta love it to love it. Like it is an acquired house. Like sometimes you get acquired scents. That whole house is acquired. I like Journeyman. I like that one. That had something in it that was almost like a fig, or it had like that really jammy sort of dried fruit sort of a vibe. It had a slight little spice in there. It could have been maybe some cinnamon, maybe some cardamom or something like that in there. Like the sparkling spice, maybe nutmeg. Could have been like a nutmeg. Because I know that they use a lot of spices that you will typically find like in the kitchen. They use a lot of that, like basil, oregano, stuff like that. They just be wild. But I noticed that Journeyman is one that I actually really like, and it just had like this. I want to say raisin, but it was like a dried jammy fruit vibe, like a date, um, fig or something like that. That was the vibe that I got. Midnight Oud was hard for me at first, like gave me bad headache, but now I like it. Midnight Oud. I want to say I got that. Midnight Oud. Midnight Oud. Who is that from? Is that Amouage? Let me see, because I think I might have that. I gotta check and see. Oh no, no, I don't. This fragrance is Killer Oud. This is from Paris Corner. Oh yeah, that's true. Overture Man is good. Enclave, Jubilation, Reflection Man. Thoughts on Reflection Man? I just tried it and I totally love it. Reflection. I want to say yes, it's an unwashed clone. Okay, I want that's Interlude, right? This one is Interlude, isn't it? Killer Oud. Beautiful presentation too. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? For some reason, they went with the Zherjov top. For some other reason, like the Suspiro or Sospiro. This bad boy don't hold either. So if you ever get this fragrance, do not hold it by the top at all. This thing will slide up on you so easy. Pick it up by the bottle. Mm, like a super smoky wood, like a cedar wood or a birch almost. You get that funky sort of oud that's in there. It's a creamy sweetness with maybe some vanilla in there as well. Man, that stuff is good. I haven't worn it in a while. I might have to pull this one out and wear this one day. When they sent this to me, oh man, there's something super herbal and green in here. Oh, this the one that got that oregano in it, I bet. Gross, man. Like it smelled great, but I hate the fact that they put oregano in there. It's just or basil, whatever that is. You're getting like pepper, either basil or oregano. You're getting like this really sharp, dry wood and oud, maybe a little bit of vanilla, some incense, maybe. That's what I'm feel like I'm catching some incense. That's what it smells like. It's like this incense in here too. Press Corner, yep, Press Corner perfumes. Uh, I was hit up their distributor, Aroma Concepts, and they were the ones who sent it out. Have you tried Chris Collins Oud Galore? I haven't tried them yet. I haven't tried Chris Collins. That's a black owned brand that I haven't gotten around to yet. I got quite a few black owned brands, but him, there's a few other ones that I haven't gotten around to. Somebody mentioned Reflection, and I want to see do I have it, but I don't think I do. I think I have Pegasus, and I kept mixing those two up in my head for some odd reason. Uh, do I have any more Amouage in there? I know I got some Amouage on my drawer over there on the shelf from House of Matte Oil. I got Betrayal, which I hate. I hate that. Hate it. Uh, ooh, it's one of my favorites. Apple Brandy. Man, let me smell this. Hmm. It's boozy, but it kind of has like this almost like a muffin kind of vibe to it. I can't really describe it. It's boozy. Oh man, I don't even think there's apples in here. It's just called apple brandy, but it kind of has like this muffin kind of vibe to it as well. Like I can't really explain it. Got Tuscan leather in here. Really explain that. Open Sky. Open Sky by Barredo. I want to say this is trifling. I want to say this is terrible. Let me see. Yep, that is terrible. I want to say that I don't know what they were going for, and I want to say that this is a cannabis note. But the way that they did it is so high pitched, it just smells like a musty armpit, and it's not where it's at. And I never hear anyone in the fragrance community talking about it. No, but I don't think I have any Amouage in here. I got a Parfum de Marley Harris. I got Honey Oud, X for Men from Clyde Christian. I got some Wine Vanille. But no, I don't think I have it. Any Amouage. That sucks. I have to order some. Time for a Lost Cherry or any dupes comparable. I'm glad you said it. It's right here. Lost Cherry. Oil Perfumery. This one probably run you about 15 bucks. That's beautiful. And it's exactly what you're looking for. You're getting this super bold, uh, almost sickening sweet cherry. You're gonna get like a slight, really slight woody sort of vibe, like in the background. Um, Black Afghana. I thought it had a weed note to it. Don't know which frag it was. Hmm. It might, because I don't have the notes pulled up for it, but it could possibly. Um, do you have a oil perfumery top 10 favorite video yet? We'd love to see your top choices. Huh. I don't know about top 10, because I got a decent selection and I haven't really gone through it and like worn it like that heavy. Yeah, it does have a cannabis note. Okay. I see. I didn't even know that. Which hand did I wear it on? I sure didn't catch it. That oud, the oud note that's in here is just really strong. So I had guessed agarwood, vanilla. I had guessed incense. I guessed there was a citrus, possibly that getting that tart vibe. I had guessed. What else did I guess? So far, that's what I guess for the black Afghano. What else? What else is that it? So far as the black Afghano, or did I get any of those notes right? But that lost cherry, that's a good one. You can definitely try that one out. From Oil Perfumery. Like I said, it'll run you about 10, 15 bucks. Not 10, about 15, 20 bucks. And it's really good. What did I do with it that fast? Man, talking to y'all, I just had it. Percival, from Damari Layton. Layton is one of those fragrances from All Perfumery that I'm not a fan of. It don't capture Layton the way it should, and then Layton spoils it really quickly. Uh, there for some reason that oil from them it spoils quick, and I'm not a fan of that. I just had lost cherry, bro. Man, nobody could play no games with y'all. Uh, okay, it's my pleasure for sure, for sure. 11th hour. What else we got here? We got Hamdani. This is from Parfum de Mali, and I don't really hear nobody talking about this particular one. And if I'm not mistaken, this one is a Hamdani. Hamdani. I want to say this was like a spicy, like a dense, spicy, slightly sweet scent. Maybe there's a leather in here. Oh man, yeah, it's leather, all right. God dog, man, that leather is strong, yo. Goodness, it just smells like a couch. It smells like a couch. God, that leather in that one is. Muggs was complaining about Tuscan leather or ombre leather sometimes. That one smells like a couch. A scent that I can wear all day. Winter is red tobacco. Man, red tobacco. Oh, it's so full. It's such a full smelling scent. Um, I got a variation of that from Vision Nat body oils, and I sprayed it, and I'm just like, yo, this is wild, yo. And what I would like for you to try out, if you can, get red tobacco and layer it with Roja Dove Elise. So I'm working with somebody and seeing if they can make a hybrid of that and do a like a 60-40 mix. 60-40 mix. The 60 will come from the Elysium. 40 will come from the red tobacco. I think that mixes well, and I was going to name it Pink Tobacco because of that Elysium kind of comes off like a fresh aquatic, but not blue. It comes off like a white, misty, musky, woody aquatic. And so I always consider that one like a white aquatic. And mixing that white aquatic with that red tobacco, I just had an idea to call it pink tobacco. And but that combination right there, I mixed that and it was good, yo. Picture like a sport vert picture like red tobacco sport. That's what it puts you in the mindset of. It was fire, yo. And so I'm working with a guy to see if he can get that mixture together and put it on his market. Bring him some extra coins. I told him, I was like, man, listen, don't let me figure out how to do this stuff. You make these oils and all that. If I get into the game and I figure out how to do it, it's over with. Cause I'm gonna come with all type different stuff that ain't nobody really thinking about. It's so many dope fragrances out here, and like the hybrids that I do see, it be the same stuff. To Aventus and Baccarat Rouge 540. Like, who ain't thought of that? Even though it's a bomb layer, it's overworked. And, it's just like come up with something different. Man, I'll be on the scene. Know what you mean? Tobacco vanille from Paris Corner is harsh. The dry on is nice, but the first initial spray, oh my god, it's harsh. I could imagine because tobacco vanille isn't something that you can just like easily just get away with, in the beginning in the open. So I got tobacco vanille right here, from Oil Perfumery, and let's see, because I tried this, man. That vanilla vibe is like real old ladyish, but it works because the tobacco in this is like a boozy and dirty one. It smelled like tobacco leaves that they left in like a whiskey or rum, and they just let it sit in there and get dirty and then turn it into a fragrance. It smells boozy, and then that, like I said, that vanilla smells really sweet, old lady like. It's really good though, man. It's dense, powerful scent. I like that, and is able to capture everything that I need without me having to go to Tom Ford and you know give my life savings away. You should create your own. Why not? I'm thinking about it. I just want to make sure that I don't come in a lame way about it. I want to make sure I come correct, giving y'all some really good blends, um, giving y'all some stuff that's gonna really perform. So once I figure out like the right connections that I need, because I also don't want it to look like everybody else's, but I don't need it to necessarily be like super different with the presentation. I see a lot of guys going this direction, and this isn't bad. This is still cool. If I had to go this direction with my bottles, what I would do is I wouldn't come and put my label like right on the front to just be a little different. I like what Dua Fragrance does, and their label kind of is centered here, and then it overlaps like right here, and I think that's pretty cool. I like that style. That's a little different. And I would even go and try to put like a label just right here to where it's on the side and then everything else is clear. Just something a little different to kind of somewhat separate myself from everybody else if I got to utilize the same bottles, for cost effectiveness. Um, but yeah, like I got so many different blends in my head. I'm always trying to think of what else, what else, what else, what else. And it'd be some bomb fragrances out here that people just don't be paying attention to. Um, the the fragrance that I was talking about earlier, the little tri hybrid that I had a buddy of mine make, the Creed Aventus Virgin Island Water and the Baccarat Rouge 540. Man, that mixture, when I tell you that mixture was saturated, yo. It was such a saturated, bomb, full smelling mixture. Because I'm catching that black Afghano. That might be something I wear tomorrow. Well, that rhymed a little bit. Y'all peep that? Some spitting. But I'm always trying to come up with like a different mix. Has anybody smelled this before? I don't know if this Musk Ravageur. This to me stinks. It's really animalic. Ugh, I don't know if that's like a civet or something like that. Gross. That sounds like a fire mix. I would buy that. So I had them name it KCC. It was short for King's Caribbean Casino. Now the name is a bit of a bite off of uh, Duas. 'Cause I know Dua utilizes casino and something for Virgin Island. What I don't know. I think it is Caribbean or something like that. So it's a bit of a bite, but I had them to change the first part to King to kind of make it a little different. But beautiful fragrance. It had a lot of sweetness. It had a lot of smolder. There was some woods presence. Smells like poop. And yes, that's what it smells like. I hate it from the jump. Like from the jump, hate it. It's like, ugh, no, I hate that. It's not cool at all. What's in it? Let me look it up. Musk Rouge. Let me look up these notes because I want to say it's something automatic in here that I just cannot deal with. Frederick Mall. So I'm pretty sure this is like $1,000. 220. Okay. What? That's it? Lavender, tangerine, bergamot, cinnamon, cloves, vanilla, musk, tonka bean, amber, guaiac wood, sandalwood, and cedar. Man, it's something in here that literally smells. Let me look at the description because they got a list animalic. There's no way, bro. Ew, man. I don't know what that is. I don't even want to. You better not smell different. I haven't put this on skin ever. It better not smell different on skin and I end up liking it or something like that. I don't like it. It's not as animalic on skin, but I don't know, bro. I don't trust it because I feel like the guaiac wood shouldn't do that. It shouldn't give it an animalic vibe like that. There's so many other fragrances that have that particular wood note, and they don't. It never does that. It could be the cloves and the cinnamon. Cloves ain't necessarily something that you want to just have a decent amount of in your scent. I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. It's like it got like this, like that woody. It got this woody, almost chocolate vibe to it, but I don't remember patchouli being in the notes. Nope, no patchouli in the notes. Like this note layout don't make sense to me. I catch the really soft cinnamon. I'm catching something that smells almost oud like, so you're getting that smolder from that cedar, but everything else doesn't make sense. Now, what I will say, what kind you get, it can be a little raunchy. A fellow of mine sent me a fragrance, a new fragrance he's working on. And in the beginning, you get like this funkiness, and I was just like not feeling it. But as it dried down, that went away, and all the other components came up. But he was saying that the tonka bean, he had to work with it quite a bit because it was coming off a little provide. It was giving like a little funky sort of vibe. So that could be that. Could be that tonka bean. I don't know. It don't stink on skin, but it does have like there's still that little tinge, and that I feel like I can't trust that. I feel like I'm gonna be out, I'll be somewhere working up a sweat, and it's gonna activate, and it's just gonna smell like poop, and I'm not in the mood. So no, I can't do it. It'll be in the collection. I may do a giveaway if somebody actually likes that one, but nah, bro. One that I thought was super cool was this one. What in the world, bro? Check this out. This is the one I was going to show you, but it got cloudy and built up like a little cloud at the bottom. It's like some separation that happened. I've heard the same comment from other reviewers that really don't like that. So, yeah, like it's something else. Yo, I'm over here like trying to get this mug to mix up, but it seemed like it's stuck that way, yo. It says it's so bad, but I like this. This is kind of like this blue sort of color to it. Look at that. So this is Musk berry, ocean musk, basically. And I thought this was super cool the way it looked, and it actually don't smell too bad either. You got like a oud sort of vibe going on. It's not as aquatic as you would have thought. It's more so like a floral, light, airy aquatic. My camera just keep like acting up on me today. Oh, my fault. That was me. My fault. I had the thing zoomed up. It's not bad. It's like an aquatic, like a light floral aquatic, like misty sort of a vibe. And you get like a little oud component to it, resonance. It's not bad. It's like it got maybe like some benzoin or something like that in there. It's not bad. I just don't know what that is at the top. Like it done built up some separation and then got hard a little bit. Okay, so we've been on for nearly 2 hours. We may go ahead and call it a night and let you guys go and get some sleep. Put this huge box down on the floor. I appreciate everybody who dropped by and hung out with us this stream. It's been a while since we streamed, so this was super fun for me. LaShawn Johnson, I appreciate you coming by. J Rock Beats, Fluky 1972, thank you so much. Bindo Bahir, thank you for coming by and hanging out with us for a little bit. Who else came through? Ferg came through, hung out for a little bit. Edward Smart. Who else? Who else? Who else? Brandon Cottrell, who was Rogue, you came by, hung out with us for a little bit, appreciate it. Make sure I don't miss nobody. Femi, appreciate you coming through. He asked a question, thoughts and reflection, and just try to tell him about it. I'm sorry I wasn't able to give you an answer on that. I think I got reflection, atomizer, but I just forgot where I placed it at. Who else came through? Uh, Larive Harris, appreciate you coming in and just hanging out. I feel like a creeper by getting on and not saying hello. So hello. It's all good. I appreciate you coming by and just hanging out with us for a little bit. You ain't gotta say nothing. If you in chill mode, you just want to hang out, you kick back and you hang out. Um, a blue scent, is that what they mean by a blue scent? Who's aquatic? Says you're welcome, night all. All right, and we'll go ahead and catch you guys later. We might do. I might need to come up with like a scheduled time where we just go live. I try not to go live too often and just burn people out. Anybody want to hear you talk all the time? Um, so I may make it, either bi-weekly or something like that. We're getting ready to start developing a schedule, a hard schedule. Right now, I upload like nearly every day, just about. Sometimes I have to make myself not upload. Sometimes I upload multiple times a day. Appreciate all that you do too, brother. Remain blessed. Thank you. I appreciate that for sure. Um, so I've been uploading like every day, and I've been having to like try to dial back from so many uploads. So I'm thinking about going to twice a week, Sundays and Wednesdays, and maybe do like a live bi-weekly in between. We'll see. Any more suggestions for blends of oil perfumery will be greatly appreciated. Uh, like a hybrid, I would probably suggest if you haven't tried out the Baccarat Rouge 540 and Aventus layer, if you haven't tried that layer out, that's a good one to start with. On their website, it's listed as Two Kings. That's the name of the fragrance. It's already blended together, and it's dope. It's really dope. It's heavy on the Aventus side, and the Baccarat Rouge provides like an extra bit of sweetness that, to be honest, the Aventus fragrance needs. Um, Really good. It it's really good. I want to say it's like 20 some bucks on their website. Yes, I did. It's really good. Okay, you tried that one. Um, what's another one? Try out Elysium and Intoxicated. Try those two. There's a blend that I have with uh, Sensual Obsessions. That particular blend is called Angelic Effect. Beautiful, beautiful. You're gonna get that. It's super bright. It's super refreshing. It's not blue aquatic, but it is fresh. It's airy. It got some floral components going on a little bit, and then you get those really like uplifting spices from Intoxicated. Intoxicated is one of the few fragrances that's nearly all spice with coffee, and it's it's like surprisingly light and airy and laid back. It's not like harsh, sharp spices or anything like that. Nothing's peppery. It's just really light. It's got a little bit of sweetness going on there. It's beautiful, and that pairs along with that Elysium perfectly. So check out Sensual Obsessions. He has a fragrance version of that already mixed and layered and ready to go, and it's called Angelic Effect. Check him out. Um, and if you want to check out something a little step further, check out that KCC that I was talking about, King's Caribbean Casino. Go to the same website, Sensual Obsessions, and you will go to the special blends line, and you will find both of those there. That is it for this stream, you guys. Listen, if you haven't liked this video, drop down there and hit like. Don't come up in here and you don't hit that like button. All it does is boost my metrics. It boosts our numbers. It gets our channel out there to more people so that we can have more chill conversations and I can provide some better content. So hit that like button. If you ain't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. We got tons of content here. We got right now actively 357 some fragrance reviews alone, just fragrance reviews. Channel views, we have Fat Boy Fragrance stopping by, bro. Great to see you. For sure, man. I appreciate you coming by. I was actually getting ready to wrap the stream up. Actively right now on our channel, we have over 900 videos. We have like over 900 videos on our channel right now. 357 of those are fragrance reviews. We got tons of content, movie reviews, game reviews, restaurant reviews, recipe videos. I have some how-to videos on like little different projects. I had a how-to video on how I built my green screen stand. How-to video on like working my audio settings for some of the software that I use, on how to make thumbnails and things like that. We got tons of content, and so come check us out. Hit that sub button, and I guarantee you we have some kind of content for you. I'm gonna quit wasting you guys' time and let you guys go and get some rest. Uh, love each and every one of you guys. You guys have a good night. Peace.